Hi everybody, it's Duncan from McRae's Window Cleaning here in Brisbane, and today I want to introduce you to the Wagtail range of squeegees that have been part of my toolbox pretty much the whole journey. 1997, a year into my window cleaning business, I was introduced to this range of window cleaning tools by another window cleaner who saw me struggling with some high windows, trying to clean them with an Eteray squeegee, and he said, no, don't do that, try this. And I've never looked back. I've promoted them, I've introduced them to so many window cleaners over the years, and I really find that Wagtail, an Australian made product, is very effective, and now it's of course popular all over the world. So today I want to talk to you about the slimline channel, which I have. A couple of things that, of course, the Wagtail is known for its pivot. That's what makes it so effective, very ergonomic. With the slimline, I'm currently trialing a different rubber, Duraflex I think it's called, from Window Cleaning Supplies in Melbourne. I'm not 100% sold on that yet. Usually I use the facelift razor red rubber from Window Cleaning Warehouse in England. The problem with a lot of these rubbers that are designed for the Wagtail is they're not always the same thickness. So in this one here, you can see I've had to put a piece of cable tie just at the end there to hold it in so it doesn't slide. If not, what happens is sometimes, because the channel gets wet, and if there's a bit of drag on the window, the squeegee rubber will just slide straight out, and then you've got a job that's just a mess. You've got to start again, and it's very frustrating. Secondly, just here, I've also put some cable tie just in this section here. You can just see it. That's to stop it from sliding back and forth. Now, the reason for that is usually they have, like in my 6-inch here, or my 8-inch, they've got a screw that holds it in. But with this thing here, the screw doesn't hold it very well. Now, there is in the back of the channel a section that's where there's you can just see there a little piece where you can smack it with a hammer and put a little kink in it to hold it, but that's not very effective. So you need to try and work out a way that will hold the handle to the channel as well as the squeegee rubber in the channel. The other feature of this one is these pivot control holes that are on the handle. So these lugs here that you see, you can see them from the front. You can move them to a different spot and to give it a more limited pivot, which is very good at height. When you're just coming down and you don't want it to pivot all the way over, you can just slowly make your way down a window. Very, very useful in that regard. So when do I use this? If I've got something that's 3 or 4 feet above my head that needs pole work, particularly if it's not going to be useful to just do a pull down. I use a different squeegee if I'm just doing pull downs. If I have to squeegee inside a frame and it's on inside, say, a showroom, this can be very effective to just slowly work your way down rather than just a pull down. And of course, with some window surfaces, you have to be careful with pull downs. So the pivoting action is very effective. So the other part of the Wagtail range is the Orbital, the Wagtail Orbital. And you see, instead of it just being attached and then having the screw to hold it, with the Wagtail Orbital, you can see here it's actually riveted to the frame. So that makes it very strong. Same handle, still got the ability to put the lugs in here and to slow down the pivot. I find this difficult if I'm squeegeeing into a side, because sometimes the back end, this side of the frame gets caught, and you have to it will attach itself to some frames, particularly if it's a sliding window and you're trying to just use that as pivoting on a sliding window and there's a handle, the frame is unusual, this will get caught and it's quite difficult then to dislodge. If it's a very flat frame, it may work quite well, but you just have to trial and error. That's why I have both of them in my toolbox, so that if one doesn't work, the other one will. And the 8-inch is quite effective in that it just gives you something small when you're using French colonial windows and internals. You're able to use that effectively too. So that's my range of Wagtail squeegees, and very effective. Where to get them? windowcleaningworld.com. Peter Erkin runs Window Cleaning World. His brother was the initial inventor of Wagtail, and he's still looking at innovating the product so that it's up to current standard. So some people love them, some people hate them. It's a matter of trialing them for your window cleaning business. I have always enjoyed using a Wagtail. Sometimes they go out of fashion for me, but I always go back to them, even after trialing other products. The Wagtail squeegee, an effective part of my toolbox. It can be an effective part of yours as well.